Hey everybody, it's Tyler Austin from Midgard Strength and Conditioning. Thank you so much for watching. So the majority of my clients have their own home gyms and that's where they train. And out of the clients who come to me and who are still training in commercial gyms, the majority of them will ultimately end up building their own home gym for all the reasons and the benefits of having your own home gym, especially for what we do. And inevitably, when that happens, they will come to me and ask me what equipment I recommend. And one of the first things I ask about is what bar I recommend. And for the last few years, there has been one bar that I wholeheartedly recommend, and that is the Starting Strength Bar by Texas Power Bars. Now, let me preface with this. There are a lot of good bars out there on the market, and if you go to a good, reputable brand like Rogue, Texas Power Bars, etc., you're going to get a good bar. However, there are several reasons why I like this bar and why I recommend it to anybody who is interested in getting a bar, particularly for a home gym. Number one, it's made by Texas Power Bars, so it's a very high quality bar. Texas Power Bars is known for just making just phenomenal bars, good quality bars. So they use good quality steel with proper heat treating. So unless you do something really stupid with it, you're not going to bend it. So I mean, right then and there, it's just a good quality bar, especially for the money. But there are other reasons why I like this bar. The biggest reason is actually because of the knurling. And unfortunately, manufacturers have almost been competing with each other on who can put the most aggressive, sharpest knurlings on their bar. And this is quite obnoxious because really sharp, aggressive knurling is neither, it's not necessary, particularly for deadlifts. You know, deadlift is hard enough, let alone having to think about how the bar is trying to deglove your hand while doing it. So all these really aggressive, sharp knurling is just not necessary, and honestly, it's quite obnoxious to train with, particularly on deadlifts, especially if you have small hands like me. So one of the biggest selling points for the bar, for me personally, is the knurling. The knurling is by far, at least in my opinion, the best knurling out on the market because it's grippy. It's tacky, it's grippy, so especially if you're using chalk, you're not going to lose the grip on the bar. However, it is not sharp or overly aggressive. So it doesn't feel like it's trying to deglove your hand when you're, again, particularly doing deadlifts. Again, this is like the best knurling out on the market with all the bars I've tried. I've tried a lot of different bars. One of the other reasons why I really like it is it's a 28.5 millimeter bar, which is the perfect diameter for a general purpose barbell. You can do basically everything with this bar. Squat, deadlift, overhead press, bench press, it can do it all. Particularly for deadlifts, 28.5 millimeter is preferred because it's a little bit smaller than like the more standard size, which is 29 millimeter out there, which a 29 millimeter bar, I have one, they're great. You can basically do everything with those two: squats, overhead presses, and benches, of course. However, for the deadlift, particularly if you have small hands, it can be a little fat. I know a 0.5 millimeter might not sound like a lot, but when you're doing deadlifts with it, and again, particularly if you have small hands, it's definitely noticeable. So a 28.5 millimeter bar is definitely preferred as a general purpose bar diameter over maybe a 29.5 millimeter, again, because it's a little bit smaller, a little bit nicer to deadlift with. The only disadvantage with a 28.5 is if you're a very strong squatter, particularly if you're squatting the 600s or 700s, it can become a little whippy potentially. However, if you're that strong of a squatter, you should probably think of just getting a second bar that's a little bit thicker, specifically for your squats, like a 29 millimeter bar. And the third reason why I really like this bar, this is kind of a niche thing, but the sleeves are attached via roller pins, which makes the sleeve very easy to detach and very simple to detach and very easy to clean, which, especially if you're getting this for your home gym, you should take the sleeves off occasionally off a bar and clean it, maybe once a year. And with a sleeve that's attached via the roller pins, it's very easy. All you have to do is knock those 2 pins out and the sleeve pulls off, and that's it. All you have to do is clean it, clean the inside of the sleeve, clean the ends of the barbell where the sleeve attaches, and that's it. Reattach the thing, punch in the pins again, and it's all set to go. As opposed to what's more common out there, which is the C clips. You pull those C clips off, and then a whole bunch of washers and stuff come out, and then you pull the sleeve off. It's just a lot more complicated, a lot bigger pain in the ass to clean than the roller pin design. And even with the roller pin design, the sleeve still rotates just fine, just very smooth, and no problems there. So again, this is the starting strength bar by Texas Power Bars. Last time I checked, it's around $315. That price will almost certainly vary depending on the price of steel, obviously. But for a good general purpose bar of this quality, that is more than a reasonable price. And again, I think for the money, it's the best general purpose bar out there on the market. So I hope you found this video helpful and informative. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow, depending on where you're watching this. I'm Tyler Austin from Midgard Strength and Conditioning. Thanks again for watching.